My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is April 29, 2025. It is 3:43 a.m. I just finished edit whatever I started editing yesterday, which is part 2 of this video right here. And it took me a while to put a list together, and I was procrastinating, just going through slowly on Twitter. And I ended up grabbing a whole bunch of tweets. So I don't know how many videos I'm gonna have. So let's get started. So the first tweet that I have here, it's a video. There's a possibility this might be on PYTE. There's a video that the squad were making reference to, but I never came across it until recently. So this is it here. Alright, so this video here, it seems like MeGhAn probably posted it on IG, but how do they call this, the instant reel or something like that? I don't know if it's still available on IG, but I didn't see it, but the squad were talking about it. So this is it here. That's from E! News. Princess Lilibet is mom's #1 fan. More. Okay, it's only 12 seconds. Let's listen.
Think, Lily.
I think it's beautiful.
Think, Lily.
I think it's beautiful.
Her voice is so sweet. I think it's beautiful. That's what I heard. I think it's beautiful. So it seems like after the royal rats in the UK heard that video, I'm telling you, they are on MeGhAn's timeline like a hawk. So they were making, their usual deranged way of marking a child who's speaking. What is it? Lily is what? 3? I think it's 3. So I think her using the word beautiful within itself, it's a long word. Beautiful. It could say it's nice, or I don't know, something shorter, but using the word beautiful, you could see her vocabulary, it's already high up there. Knowing MeGhAn love Jeopardy and doing all those, high level kind of things, so she's talking to her child. And there's other tweet, I don't know if I put it, about they're not I think the royal rats were making reference to that's not Lily who's talking and things like that, and the squad were making reference to it, saying that if you don't speak to your kids, or maybe that was my response to the tweet. I'll look for it after I finish some of those. Okay, OMG, I just know she runs the house. Adorable. Looks like Princess Lilly rules the kitchen. I love how she includes them. There's the heart here. Love her little voice. This is so cute. Praising mom, MeGhAn Sussex. Oh, bless her. Alright, so let's go to the next tweet. I have to remember to look for my comment, the one that I was making reference to. Maybe this was it. Hugh, UK friends, please help me out here. 3 and 4-year-olds over there don't speak clearly. Yep, this is it here. Okay, so there's me here. 9 people like it so far. That was like 12 hours ago. If they don't have conversation with their kids, that might be a problem. This is one of the reasons to not baby talk with your kids. Normal tone of voice with kids help them. I'm not a pro in this field, but as a mother of 2 and having countless of conversation with them, they spoke early. Alright, so I find this GIF and I include it. Okay, speak to your children as if they are the wisest, kindest, most beautiful and magical humans on the earth, for what they believe is what they will become. Alright, so there's that here. My kids could recite poems, their favorite bedtime stories, and fairy tales at 18 to 20 months. Well, I don't know about that. How can a 4-year-old not speak clearly? They are in a pre-kindergarten here in Canada. They need to be able to speak. Surely the people suggest otherwise don't have 18 to 20 months. Okay, I'm confused AF. I'm confused too. There's more, but some of the kids in the UK who are studying school are not even toilet trained and still wear nappies, diapers, let alone speak properly. When my oldest started pre-K, that at 3 years old, he was not potty trained, but he was speaking. And he had the best teacher. Remember, that was my first child. So I was learning as I was going along. I had no blueprint in front of me of how to take care of a child. I was going along. But I was trying my best to help with the potty train. So when he started, one of the requirements for the pre-K 3, okay, it's 3 years old, was for them to be potty trained. And I thought they would rejected him. But I was so lucky to have a good pre-K teacher. As a matter of fact, occasionally I see her and we will say hi and things like that. And when he sees my son, he just can't believe, how tall he is and stuff like that. But anyway, the first week of school, by the end of the week, my firstborn was already potty trained. It's not me. I'm not taking credit for that. I was trying my best, the best way that I know, but I'll have to give that credit to the teacher, to the pre-K teacher. By the end of the first week of his pre-K, my firstborn was already potty trained. She taught him that. I don't know what magic she had and how she did it, but she did it. Okay? But my son was talking. Okay? As a matter of fact, this is the best thing about being a stay-at-home mom, is that there's so many things you do with your kids that a sitter will not be able to do it unless they are really passionate about the job, they care for you as much. But anyway, by the time my firstborn, both of them actually, they start pre-K, they were making lines, okay, and starting to make alphabet shapes, uppercase, not script, uppercase, the A's, the I, vertical line, horizontal line, and things like that. I started with them like that. And this is why I like the 99-cent stores. And when I go there, there's a lot of little books here and there, very cheap, that you could use for them to write on. All right. And once I start seeing these kind of things at those 99-cent store, and I go online and search for them. There's a lot of things you do with your kids that a sitter will not be able to do. Okay. Some of the kids okay, I read that. Okay, what in the world? Yeah, all I could think of when that hag was trying to criticize a 3-year-old was, quote, how slow were all these derangers as children, end quote. It says more about them than it does about the daughter of a brilliant woman who has obviously encouraged good vocabulary in her kids. That's what I'm saying. She used the word beautiful. That's for a 3-year-old. I'm like, my goodness. She could have used a 4-letter word, maybe nice, that's good, or something like that. But she used the word beautiful. So you could see her vocabulary is right up there. Okay, exactly. Because I'm like, do toddlers in the UK not speak well or something? Why is there a shock that Lili can speak? Okay, looking forward to connect. Okay, that's an ad. Okay, my 3-year-old at the time was counting to 100. He was counting to 20 in Spanish. He was learning songs in Cantonese and Mandarin. I'm so sick of these people. What a bright kid. Are you in the UK? Let's see here. Nope, I was raised in the Caribbean where the children all have to know how to write their names before going to school at 4. You see, they have different standards. Like I was saying, the pre-K that I put my kids, they had to be potty trained, but there was no other requirement. But me at home with them, we made it like a fun little thing. My God, my living room was papers, things I will send to my husband in his office to print, those long when you work in an architecture firm, they have the printer. Mine was the platter, the long platter that make print blueprint. I will send those things to my husband, and he will print it in big sheets, and then I'll put it on my wall, and randomly we will point things out, alphabet, numbers, and colors, how to write them, how to spell it. My house was like a freaking classroom. And I even had a printout of a globe showing countries. My oldest wasn't too much about it. I had it since my oldest was a toddler, but he didn't really like it. He didn't pick up too much on it, but my youngest did, though, in terms of knowing the continents, countries, okay, not cities. Then later on, he went too deep. He could teach me things right now. My youngest, he could teach me things about geography, but I had these things all over my wall. Okay, and I think it's when my youngest was like maybe 6, we took them down because the papers were starting to rip and it looks nasty in my house, and they were too old for it anyway. So that's when I took them down. Occasionally with the globe, though, when I'm thinking of something, I will look in the direction where that paper was on the wall to look, and knowing that it's not there anymore because I had it there for so long. But anyway, so as a stay-at-home mom, there's a lot of things I was doing with my kids. By the time they get to school, they already knew these things. It was easy for them. And then at one point, I remember one of my my youngest teacher was saying that he's a bit too advanced of things. So I didn't listen to her. We had a Middle Eastern pre-K teacher. And she was telling me, when she realized I'm an involved parent, okay, she was telling me things I could look for online for my kids. Because the others, okay, she realized my son was a bit more advanced than the rest of the class. She realized that things was getting boring for him in the classroom. And, I would talk to her every time after school. What's going on? How is he doing? Is he being respectful and things like that? What can I do with him at home to teach him and things like that? She will help me. Okay, look, certain website I could go to search for things for him to do. And I used to tell her, if some of the things that she's doing for the classroom, she realized that, and I made it clear, she doesn't have to, but if she's willing to, I'll be more than happy, is give things that she feels is appropriate for him. Okay, if let's say they're doing alphabets, how to write the alphabet, if he's already know about that, what is the next step after that lesson? Just give it to him, or give it to me. I could do at home with him and things like that. And one of the things that they used to do for pre-K at both of them, when they lucky for me, both of my kids, that was pre-K 4, when they get to 4 years old. My oldest and my youngest had the same teacher. I think I asked for it for my youngest. That's the Middle Eastern lady. She was so nice and very respectful, and she understand me and things like that. So I asked for her for my youngest. So one of the things that she used to do, every kids, there's a paper on their spot. Okay, one of the things that they have to do, she doesn't care how well they were writing. Come on, 4 years old, what do you expect? It's for them to write their name on the paper. Okay, she put the pencils were a little bit big because their little fingers are so small. So they put those thick pencils so they could feel the pencil and things like that for them to write their names. All of them. She doesn't care how well they write it, whatever. So they had to write their names on the paper. And that was every day when they come and they put their stuff away on their cubbies and sit down and write their name. All right. So, but anyway, let me stop with this. So much memories as I'm going through that. So let's go to the next tweet. All this came from MeGhAn's video of Lili talking. All right. Oh, then I came across, this is the thing that the squad were making reference to. Okay, Princess Lilibet. It's beautiful. Angela Levin, quote, she doesn't speak like a 3-year-old. Also, Angela Levin, my mother was cool and horrid, aged just 3. I decided enough was enough. I packed my bag and left home. She tagged her. And Angela Levin, you clearly are mentally sick. Alright, let's see here. My mother was cool and horrid woman. It's taking her years to confront it, but Angela Levin makes a taboo-breaking admission and reveal why she believes countless others suffer just like her. Nah. Some people go to different things, but my goodness, you would have thought that she learned from her experience, but she's continuing. A 3-year-old. Oh my God. These people are mental. Okay, there's this. Just pause and read, because there's nothing good coming out of their thing. MeGhAn Markle's daughter doesn't speak at all like a 3-year-old who owns the voice. It will show up much better if we hear several sentences. My goodness, a 3-year-old. She said it's beautiful. It's beautiful. That's a sentence for a 3-year-old. Okay, Angela, you don't talk like someone with sense. This clown is just deplorable. Alright, there's the laugh here. They tag her. Boo. At 3, your brain was developed enough to know your mom was a deranger and needed to move right. Okay, someone like Angela Levin continue to say these things to support her narrative that these children don't exist. They weren't other people's children. They said the same thing about Archie when she spoke for the first time in his parents' 2020 Christmas podcast that it wasn't him. Okay, shame on this woman, simply bitter. Her behavior is the law of the law. Right? When she says beautiful, I hear Margaret O'Brien, a child actress from the 1940s. Okay, my granddaughter, who just turned 3, has a vocabulary that is so great. It depends on what and who your kids are exposed to. Exactly. Okay? And if you speak with your kids, like my tweet response to one of the tweets, if you speak to your kids regularly, have regular sentence with them. I mean, your tone of voice says a lot when you speak to kids. Okay? If you speak with them regularly, not baby talk like, hi, you know, those little tone that they, baby tone of voice when they're speaking with kids, I didn't do that. Okay? I speak regularly just like I would speak with anybody. But my tone of voice was, not a baby tone of voice. They were speaking. Okay? It's disgusting to target a 3-year-old child. Why not pick on someone your size? Besides, many smart kids can articulate or express themselves well at that age. Perhaps Angela just not used to being around them. So there's that tweet again here. My goodness. Okay, Angela Levin doesn't speak like a decent human being who is the racist old hag. It will show up better if we disable her account and make her speak publicly in full view of everyone. Kinda like the witch trial of all. Except in this instance, Angela is guilty of being a nasty racist hag. Okay, so that's the word here. You could pause and read that. Oh wow, so low. She may not be well liked by all, but her kids doesn't deserve the scrutiny and hate. Okay, that's deranger, has absolutely no boundaries. Okay, people, my sis glad Prince Harry took his family hell out of there. Extremely deranged. Okay, they're better off in the US than in the UK. At least in California, there are stricter laws against taking and using photos of minors without consent. Alright, if you go, I believe on PYTE, I have some videos. Let's say if something happened that had nothing to do with the Sussexes, but it could apply to them. Like for instance, Kobe Bryant, there's something that happened to Kobe Bryant. What was it? Was it the crash and then people were sharing photos? And I think I made reference to the Sussexes in that aspect as well. So, there's laws that had happened because of that. And I made reference to the to the Sussexes as well. I made reference to that a lot. Couple videos on PYTE. About maybe 3 years ago. A recent poll found with 95% certainty that Princess Lilly, age 3, is more coherent than Princess Kate, age 42. Oh my God, I was laughing at this. Someone tagged me on that. After hearing both speak, the public confirmed one princess made perfect sense, the other not so much. We reached out to the palace for comment. They hit us with a classic Quote, never complain, never explain. End quote. Translation, they agree. Back to you, Twitter Street Newsroom. That was so funny. There's me laughing here. The squad were just laughing. Is that meant to be funny? Cringe for you. Okay, it's okay. You can't expect a microwave mind to process a gourmet joke. You could see who now the squad are calling out some of the old squad. Let's make the differentiation. Some of the old squaddies are calling out the new squaddies who pretend to be squaddies, because they come in and they're throwing their stupid shades on the true squaddies, the original squaddies, and we've been blocking them lately. All right, the squad are laughing about it. Brilliant post. There's the laugh here. Princess Lilly Diana is a blood princess. Bones just embarrassing but flasher. Okay, let's go to the next one. I might create another video once I'm done with the Lily thing here. All right, I think this is the last one, and I'll pause to make sure I don't have any more Lily's tweet on my list. The negative public discourse about Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet Diana's red hair and her voice is why Prince Harry packed up his family and moved them away from those goggles and the press and his former family in the UK. Shaking my head. And let's not forget as well, William made that choice for him. Okay? And then once William made that choice for him, the way they were going about it, they meaning the royal family, was unprofessional. Then Harry realized that they did not want his family in the UK. He made sure to do it properly. That's go to the court. I mean, that was way after, but make sure it is documented that it was the royal family who did not want him to remain in the UK. The way that they were harassing his family, his meaning Harry's family, MeGhAn and Archie at that time. So through all of the courts issues, review, security, and all of that, it came out that it was the royal family who purposefully wanted him out. While at the same time, the royal family was portraying to the public that it was Harry who wanted out. But when you look at documents and things like that, and Harry mentioned it in his book Spare,
began to address Granny about the 5 options. Your Majesty, you've seen the 5 options? Yes, she said. We all had. They'd been emailed to us. 5 different ways of proceeding. Option 1 was continuance of the status quo. Meg and I don't leave. Everyone tries to go back to normal. Option 5 was full severance. No royal role, no working for Granny, and total loss of security. Option 3 was somewhere in between. A compromise, closest to what we'd originally proposed. I told everyone assembled that, above all, I was desperate to keep security. That was what worried me most, my family's physical safety. I wanted to prevent a repeat of history, another untimely death like the one that had rocked this family to its core 23 years earlier, and from which we were still trying to recover. I'd consulted with several palace veterans, people who knew the inner workings of the monarchy and its history, and they all said option 3 was best for all parties. Meg and I living elsewhere part of the year, continuing our work, retaining security, returning to Britain for charities, ceremonies, events. Sensible solution, these palace veterans said, and eminently doable. But the family, of course, pushed me to take option 1. Barring that, they would only accept option 5. We discussed the 5 options for nearly an hour. At last, the bee got up and went round the table, handing out a draft of a statement the palace would soon be releasing, announcing implementation of option 5. Wait, I'm confused. You've already drafted a statement? Before any discussion? Announcing option 5? In other words, the fix was in this whole time? This summit was just for show? No answer.
And then in the Oprah interview, at first glance, it didn't mean much. But later on, we find out they were telling the truth since the beginning. That it was the royal family who wanted them out. And then Oprah had asked them if they were willing to stay. And they said yes.
So in conclusion, if you'd had the support, you'd still be there.
Without question.
Yeah.
I'm sad that what's happened has happened, but I know and I'm comfortable knowing that we did everything that we could to make it work, and we did everything on the exit process the way that it should have been
With
done.
as much respect.
With as much
and,
respect.
Oh my God, we just did everything we could to protect them.
They were gonna stay, but if they don't want them, what can they do? All right, so that's that. So it needs to be said. The kids are gorgeous and y'all are haters. People really are disgusting. They are children. God is good. I love this one. Archie's giving the flowers to, I guess, MeGhAn. Whoever's taking the picture. That is nice. Every time I see this image here, Archie's back, that's completely hairy. Okay? The kids are gorgeous and very articulate. Thank God they're not in that sunken place. Sis 100%, the children are beautiful and they speak beautiful, and it's jealousy from so-called adults of all people. This is what I'm saying. Those old people, they trying to leave toxicity for the next generation. It's really sad. We know the ancestors aren't sleeping, so let the gargoyles keep yapping. Their days will come soon enough. Okay, that part, sis, 100%. That is truly nasty work to go after children and further confirm why Prince Harry moved away from the belly of the beast. All right, so there's more. Let me pause and make sure I don't have any more tweets that making reference to Lili's talking. Okay, so I went through my list. I grabbed 4 other tweets that were on the list that I'll be talking in the next video regarding Jamie Kern Lima podcast. So I brought them here. All right, so this is one of them. It was embedded in that. Someone please tell at Lorraine and Angela Levin that being nasty to the Sussex kids, especially toddler Lili, because of your hate of MeGhAn and thinking they are fair game, also opens the door for others being nasty to William and Kate's kids. If you want kids off limit, leave all kids the F alone. Okay, exactly. I no longer have any limits for other people's children. Too wrong doesn't make a right. I just stay away. When they're talking about William's kids and things like that, I will say certain things if it's a point that I'm trying to make, and that's it. I don't go into attack the kids. I just, just leave it alone. Okay, they are nasty. And my favorite thing is baggage for God. God will know what needs to be done. Okay, I certainly wouldn't leave a 4-year-old girl along with Prince Louis for a minute. It's not hard to guess the reason why. Okay, boy, do you really think are they saying things about Prince Louis? I mean, we've seen his behavior in public already, but you think he takes after his Uncle Andrew? For me, this is the thing here. The way he was behaving, I don't think this is someone you will leave other kids with, because, and this is why I say let me not talk about that. Okay, boy, do they really think all kids are stupid or just the one with black DNA? Lili will be 4 in June. Of course, she can say, quote, I think it's beautiful. Can 4-year-old kids in the UK say that? There's one response here. Okay, I can't see it. Okay, at Lorraine has a granddaughter. You would think it will make her more compassionate. I don't know. These people are heartless. Okay, I totally agree. I have been biting my tongue for years because it's not the kids' fault that their parents, the British media tabloid talk show hosts, royalists, derangers, and MeGhAn haters are, there's the word here, a-hole. They are now bullying their kids to get to Harry and Meghan. Such vile behavior from British journalists. If they spoke about the Wales kids like that, they will be fired instantly. Okay, facts, because we can definitely say some stuff about those weird ass kids. I'll just stay away. Let me leave my thought alone on that. Next tweet. All right, so there's that here. That's a GIF. The fact that Angela Levin is now sharing conspiracy theories about MeGhAn instead of just liking them shows how low she's fallen. Did GB News pay her? Because she clearly needs the money and the engagement. Baggage for God, that's all. This is why I don't follow them. If the squad are not talking about it, I will not know. Okay, don't be ashamed. I have a black uncle and a black aunt who live in the US and who believe everything Fox News says. They also think Michelle Obama and Bridget Marcon are men. Okay, you could read all of that. Okay, she has been sharing conspiracy theories about MeGhAn for years. Unfortunately, there are many people in the UK who throw Harry and MeGhAn because they think King Charles will see this positively and award them with an OBE or damehood or something similar. Levin, Lorraine, etc. spring to mind. If they think this is what will get them, like I said, evil originated in the UK. Only evil people will do that, to go in the negative way to get rewarded. Baggage for God. Next one, let's pause that. Fully unqualified medical diagnosis from The Sun. Alright, so that's a retweet. 21 hours ago, I responded to it. Let's go into that. So it could be bigger. And then I'll go right back out because I know I'm going to hear the derangers thing. What happened here? Okay.
You these things. There are other people who are much better at telling you these things. There are other people who are better at doing cookery programs. There are other people who are better at advising how to found a business. I mean, they're sort of latching on to things. Well, she is in particular. And, it's just hard to see where it's going. I mean, I hate to say it, but
so if there are other people doing it, so go focus on them. This is the thing. I'm telling you, these old people are freaking monsters. They refuse to leave that woman alone. And every time they speak about her, it's always the negative way. But nobody's forcing them to watch. This is the thing they're trying to... how I can't really put my hand on it. It's like influencing people to watch it, but at the same time, you have the will to not watch it. Okay, there are thousands of people who could do many of the things that MeGhAn is doing. Okay, why don't they do it? Go watch the ones who you claiming who could do it and talk about them instead of MeGhAn. I'm gonna rewind it again.
there are other people who are much better at telling you these things. There are other people who are better at doing cookery programs. There are other people who are better at advising how to found a business. I mean, they're sort of latching on to things. Well, she is in particular. And, it's just hard to see where it's going. I mean, I hate to say it, but my feeling at the end of the day is that Prince Harry is kind of petrified of her and petrified of losing her. You know that kind of syndrome people get into? See if I'm right.
No.
They know Harry better than Harry know himself, it seems like. These people are ridiculous. Ridiculous. We've seen the other one who could do, can't even flip a freaking pancake. Anybody put it? No, the squad didn't put it. Let me pause for a second. Okay, I had to search for that, okay? This is the pancake thing that I'm talking about. Watch. Unfortunately, there will be screenshot in between. Okay, so many. Look at the chef. Look at how she's turning her head. So many people could do that. So why don't they do it? Oh my freaking God! What in the fuck? Oh my God! What in the name? It's so freaking embarrassing. Oh my Lord.
I'm going to try and go.
Oh my God. Oh fuck. How many times she has to use the... This is what they're clapping about. Mockery out of stupidity.
All the ones that were made earlier are much nicer than
My God.
I'm sorry. I haven't done you justice. It's too hard to do it properly. I think you're fine. You think you're fine?
Where's the finished product? I had to put this, the way this guy is talking. I had to put this for you guys to see. Alright? I'm off topic now.
I'm so excited. This is the best day of my life. Look at her. Okay, shh. Oh my God, she's so brilliant. She's so brilliant. Amazing. Look at her. Look at her skill. Look at her talent. She is the best thing ever.
Oh my God. Let me not waste time, okay? We know how it went.
She's a future queen.
She's a future queen.
Look at that talent. Look at that talent. Oh my God. Look. Oh my God. She's about to do it. She's about to do it. She's about to do it. Oh my God. I'm so excited. This is the best day of my life. Oh my God. Brilliant. 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 Yeah. Brilliant. Oh. Now MeGhAn. Oh, look at her. Fake narcissist. Look at that. Fake. She's so fake. Oh my God. She can't cook. Oh my God. Look at that. Oh my God. Fake. Narcissist.
He nailed it. He has a YouTube channel, I think. But anyway, let me go back to the original tweet. This guy is talking. So many people could do it better. Okay, so why don't they do it? I'm telling you, they're really trying to. Up for these people, up is down, down is up, left is right, right is wrong. Oh my God. Let me finish it.
I think it's been phrased that way. That I think there was an article in the United States that said that she's just awful, but he's an enabler. And it's almost like he's, he's aware, but he can't actually get out of it.
There are other people who are much better.
Oh my God. Let's see some of the comments here. Oh, wait a second. Let me put the thing here. That video, let me put the link in here. I have to be aware that this is the son's post, so I don't need to say anything. All I did is put the pancake here. That's it. All right. Oh my Lord. They're gonna block me soon. I don't follow them anyway. But anyway, back to this. To the squad who posted it. Let me read some of the squad's comment. Based on his logic, it cancels itself out. So which equal to BS with zero shame or F to give. These people are completely lunatic. These people are the one who poisoning our society. They refuse to let the young people carve out new way. Baggage for God. Let me put the link here as well. Of Kate's thing. Okay, and so smearing of MeGhAn continues because the British media for the royal family who benefits from the bullying of MeGhAn, who, okay, Republic benefit when the monarchy exposes themselves for what they are. Alright, when will the palace propaganda machine and RW media give up their blatant and ludicrous hate campaign against Harry and Meghan? It's going nowhere, and Harry and Meghan seems perfectly happy in America. Little wonder the British press was rated less trustworthy than Russia's. Okay, actually, always in Harry and Meghan's corner. Have every respect for them. They have shown the way of real modernization of royalty. Very acceptable their way, but hey, royal family can no longer murder all those opponents. I'm thinking Virginia Godfrey. Some they just use social media to destroy, but this attempt is laughable. Okay, meanwhile, low-paid nurses juggle lives while Britain juggles headlines. Let's leave that alone. Let me go to my last one. Alright, so all of these were further down onto my other list. I'm gonna create another video. Alright, so pause that. Jeremy Vine laments on how the trolling from his cycling videos cross over from online to real life with his bike being stolen. He shows the CCTV of the theft, reads out the awful trolling messages, wishing bad things on him, and announces he will not do the videos anymore and will do a private commute and to work. It's a good moment for empathy. Alright. Oh my God, it's 5 minutes. I didn't know it was that long. Alright, let's see here.
I made a bit of an announcement yesterday. I found it got more attention than I expected. I'm going to stop on the old cycling videos. Do you want to see? I put this out. So here we go. Small announcement. I'm stopping my cycling videos. The trolling just got too bad. They have had well over 100 million views. But in the end, the anger they generate has genuinely upset me. Actually, a little bit. Is that pathetic of me?
No, I think there's a limit to how much vitriol any of us can take. I completely understand it. I didn't think it was a little announcement when I saw it yesterday. I thought it was quite a major one. It's been a very influential feed.
What triggered me slightly to do this was that my bike was stolen last week from outside my house. So I'm bikeless at the moment anyway, so I had to stop and think. So you can see here what they did fatally. Now you see that where I've circled it, that's the stand the bike was in. And I had two very strong chains, but the trouble is if they're locked to a stand that they can saw through or use pliers on or whatever it was, then I've got no chance. And I can actually show you when it happened. And bizarrely, I was already up. I put the lights on. I was making a cup of tea. And without my knowledge, outside the house, you'll see this guy. So he's number one. He has these, what would they be called? Bolt clippers, bolt cutters or something, yeah. And he's kind of squeezing and pinching them like that. And then, so the lights are on in the house. It's 5 in the morning. The neighbour's security light comes on. Then his mate shows up. You see at the top of the picture, there's number 2 coming. They don't care. And he's taking a little while here to get it done, and then eventually it comes free, and he takes the locks off. He'll have to cycle away on a very, very large bike with 2 very heavy locks still attached, and he'll have to get those chains off. The locks were worth more than the bike. But it's just the lack of care. I sort of wish him well. I hope he enjoys cycling on it. But it made me stop and think, and I thought, I'm just going to get off the whole cycling video. Let's just watch him, the final moment here. He's going to take it. Look, there we go. He's got it out. What do you think, Michael, seeing this?
I think it's a shame you're going to stop your cycling videos. You're still going to cycle to work. Have you got a new bike already?
No, I haven't yet. I mean, I've been given one, which I need to do some repair work on. I need to put some pedals on it and stuff. So a neighbour was getting rid of a bike, so I will have one.
And have the police done anything about these?
No.
How much money is he getting from doing the show? He can buy a brand new bike, but anyway.
A little bit of interest when I mentioned it, but I wouldn't expect that to be investigated. But the thing was what sort of made me do it, stop the videos, was the amount of trolling. I'm going to show you some of the trolling. We're going to be quite careful with this. I can't show you the rude words, okay? So I've been through this with an absolute tooth comb here to make sure that the rude words aren't there. So here we go. Is it Jimmy the Fool? Surely this man, that's me, has to be England's biggest AR blank. It may be terrible, but I hope he falls under the wheels of 5 cars that reverse and make sure the job's done. This is just a little secret.
I guess you're hearing from real UK people who hate his guts for saying his nonsense on TV every day. After I don't even think I need to go in the comments.
We are all God's children apart from the devil's offspring who are bicycle fetishists in the main. A perfect example would be Satan's high priest, an all-round bike fetishist Jeremy Vine. Pongo, most annoying, boring maybe I'll say clown, with the most boring effing phone-ins, what a clown you are. It's not the word clown. Please die. Sooner the better. I hope you get banned from the roads permanently, you bike Nazi here. You're look at that, you're without an apostrophe, that's worse than any of it. You really are a complete C. Your day will come. People want me to get run over. That's what's so weird. Jeremy, you are beyond hated. Please only upload another cycling video if it's you getting run down and hospitalised. This one's fair enough. Maybe spend...
Let me stop. I don't know why he's even reading all of this. Anyway, whatever. Baggage for God. You spew things almost every day on national television in the UK. I guess the people are letting him know how they feel. Okay, while I pause the video, I'm not gonna go in the comment. You could pause and read, okay, whatever I've shown here. I did a prayer, such a prayer for children's protection, okay? Prayer for protection over children. Heavenly Father, I lift up my children to you, asking for your protection over their lives. Your word says that children are, oh my God, this is blurry, heritage from the Lord, Psalm 127, 3, I think that's what it is. I pray that you will watch over them, keeping them safe from harm and guiding them in your ways. Protect their minds and hearts from negative influences and help them to grow in wisdom, faith, and love. May they always know that they deeply loved by you and by their family. In Jesus' name, I pray, amen. This is a very good prayer, but it's very blurry. All right, so that is it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. All right, so that is it. Thank you for watching.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.